A very good morning to all the viewers, the fans tuning in. We are live from the Silapatha Football Stadium here in the beautiful state of Assam, in the northeastern part of India. This is day 4 Group B fixtures. Odisha is ready to take on Railways in match number 22. Yet to register their first victory of the final round, Odisha will be looking to grab all the 3 points available this morning. And on the other hand, Railways, currently on the second spot in the points table, a victory for them will take them to the top spot in Group B. But only just as Kerala, who are the table leaders at the moment, will be involved in the afternoon. Photo ops before the kickoff. Railways in their blue jerseys, off the victory in the final round, in the final game against Punjab and Odisha. They've managed a draw on either side of 2 defeats, with the latest one against Kerala, a 1-0 loss on the 27th. The 2 captains, Karthik Huntel for Odisha, and Johnson Joseph Matthews, his opposite number. Reading the refereeing contingent for this fixture, Mubashir Purayal will have the assistance of Rohit and Mondal. Shantan Agarwal will be the 4th official for this fixture. The games from Silapatha and Dhakuakhana football stadiums here in Assam are being transmitted live on FIFA Plus. We are all set for match number 22. And had a very good group, qualified with 3 wins from 3 games they played. Odisha scored 8, then conceded just once. Had a positive goal difference of 7. Defeated Telangana, Chhattisgarh and Madhya Pradesh on their way through. But at the moment in the final round, on the 5th spot in the points table, and separated by goal difference with Punjab, who are currently trailing right at the bottom. And the surprising thing is they are yet to score in the final round, have played 3 games. Meghalaya and Kerala couldn't conjure a single goal out of those 270 minutes played out. Shrikant on the ball, looking towards the ref to get things moving. And off we go. Odisha going from left to right on your screens in their all red. Starting a 4-2-3-1 formation as against 3-4-3 that the Rail fielded for this game. You can see a few notable changes to the Railways starting 11 in terms of structured for this game. Fasin came off the bench. The game against Services did get a start in the last game as well, starting off in the midfield position. They've got Joel, Saurabh and Sukandeep in the back three. And Saurabh Singh have been tricky. Prabir Singh and Fasin in the mid with Joseph Matthews, Subhatra Murmu and Sufyan Sheikh, the front three for the railway side. Bisal Tiga gives the ball away. Here's Edwin. Driving forward, still Edwin manages to get the cross. Decent attempt from the Railways, wasting no time whatsoever. Came off the bench in the last game. Edwin Turkey was involved in the goal. Second goal they scored against. It's a brilliant ball out the entire back line of the Punjab side. Rakesh back with the Reds. Space in front. It's a decent ball. Through with the shot. And how have they managed that? The angle was getting tighter, but they have wasted no time in getting their first one of the morning. Subhatra Murmu lets one fly. Not quite sure what the goalkeeper was thinking. And from the barest of mountains, from the tightest of angles, they have sneaked one through. And Railways get the lead inside the first 3 minutes in the first half.
Jersey number 97, Subrata.
Subrata Murmu, just like Edwin Turkey and Abdul Rahim, came off the bench in the game against Punjab and changed the complexion of the game in the last quarter. They scored in the 80th minute and the score in the stoppage time, 90+4. Odisha will have to come back strongly and come back really quick. Another ball played over the back line. Seem to be pretty composed on the ball are the Railway boys. Another drive forward. Goes with the cross and had a lot more weight behind that one. Sufyan Sheikh, on the outside of his right foot, finds Johnson Joseph Matthews, who tries to direct it goalwards. But the momentum taking the ball away from the... Right, they have activated both tanks in the first 5 minutes. Railways reads that one well. Birkhan was in trouble at all in the last fixture against Punjab. Played the first game against Services on the 22nd. That was a 1-1 draw. And the next fixture was against Kerala. Got the same result. It was a 1-1 as well. In the last fixture, meeting Punjab 2-0. So 2 draws and a victory. 5 points. Just got one game after this one against Meghalaya. They would want to make sure they get the 3 points here, Railways. But 12 teams competing in 2 different groups. 4 from each group will qualify for the knockout, scheduled for the 2nd and 3rd of Feb. Edwin trying to link up with Subrata. There's Odisha through front. Back with Arpan again. Just looking up for a better possible option further forward. Under pressure from Subrata again. And forcing them to make those errors and leave the ball or concede the possession. Here's Abhinash, beg your pardon. He takes it away. Karthik. Couldn't quite send the cross in. Goes behind for a goal kick to Railways. Came from behind to draw against the services. Considering the first to a brilliant goal scored by, and then Pacha Singh scoring one in the 74th minute. And Fazeen coming off the bench and scoring in the 80th minute to neutralize an own goal conceded by Singh against. And did have a decent group qualifiers as well. Slotted in Group C and played 3-1-2, drawn 1. And most importantly, had a very healthy goal difference. Were joint on points with Delhi, 7 each, but had the healthier goal difference. Bisal finds success in finding an option. Lets one fly. Goes over the target. And had it covered. Birkhan. They haven't been allowed to venture in the final third so far, Odisha. And haven't enjoyed decent possession in the first 9 minutes, to be really honest. And that has got to change. They've got quality all around the pitch. Railways. And compared to the last fixture, the player made the difference. Have all started in this one. And there's Edwin Turkey, there's Subrata Murmu. Of course, they've got the likes of Durahim who's sitting out on the bench. And there's the first caution of the game. Kamlesh and Emerson Maiti are the 2 changes they've gone with. They are on the bench and will be involved at some stage in the second half. So free kick for the Railways. It's Prabeek Gising. He takes his position behind this one. It was a decent game against Punjab for Prabeek as well. Again, they try and bring it out on the counter. A couple of extra touches taken in their own third. And then again, concedes the possession. And hasn't just worked out in the first 10 minutes for Odisha as yet. Still early days, but haven't seen anything coming in the attacking front from them. Ends up overhitting it. Was anticipating a written ball coming in. Sufyan Sheikh did arrive, but with a lot of weight behind that one. Swiper and started the last fixture in the left back position, competing as a win back in this one. Edwin Takey and tries to explore an option towards the right. It's given as a corner, much to the frustration of the boys in red. Prabeek will do the honours again. First corner of the first half going Railways way. An opportunity from the set piece now for the boys in blue to try and test out that back line once again. Sends one in. Is it behind? Here's Edwin Turkey. Gets past one. It's going to be another on the other side this time. Not catching it clean. Siddhant Apadhan. And throws in an in-swinger and gets a strong hand to that one. With some blue shirts lurking for sure. Johnson Matthews for the corner. Johnson near post. And gives the clearance away. And they are mounting pressure. Railways have dominated the ball. And made those early inroads, have got the goal. Again, leaving gaps behind Odisha. They've sat back in the low block, absorbing that pressure being exerted by the Railways from the attacking front so far. Another corner. Looks like he has taken a knock on his head there. Joel Beckham-Simon. It was a bad collision with Saltiga. Went for the ball. And good to see him back on his feet pretty swiftly. Didn't require any medical attention. As Saltiga walks up to the mark once again. There's been a flurry of corners in the last few minutes. Floats one in. An opportunity. The shot gets blocked. And still with Railways. And that's a goal kick this time. They did try to squeeze one in, Soibam Singh. How did that one miss from in the corner, the second ball rather. End of the first quarter. It's been a dominant one from Railway's perspective. Saiba finds a pass forward. It's Prabeek. I tried to get Sufyan Sheikh involved, but he ends up overhitting it. Enjoy it. Lion's share of possession. They've made those runs forward, they've got those crosses in, and have scored the goal. Have the Railways. But nothing much could be said about Odisha so far. Still a long way to go in the contest, but they haven't come off the blocks. Struggling to get the ball in the final third. Abhinash gets dispossessed. Here's Saibam. Plays it down the line, but Abhinash gets interception. Got a couple more games lined up later in the afternoon. Meghalaya will be up against Kerala, who are currently leading Group B. And at the same time, Services will be taken on against Punjab, who are struggling. Currently on the bottom of the table. It's one draw and 2 defeats from the 3 games they've played so far. He wasn't allowed to turn. Leaves it back for Sufyan Sheikh, who has a go at the target, but doesn't quite catch that one clean. Subrata Murmu tries to hit it on the volley there, Sufyan. Avinash finds Arpan. Srikanth has got Arpan on the outlet. Still with Srikanth. He's got some space. Floats in a go. That was a good cross. It looked like for a moment it was going in. And that was dangerous. And they have conceded one own goal in the final round already. Have the Railways. The first real move from Uri. Open that right flank up. Got the cross in. And takes it off in front. Avinash. Can he try and go for? And the opposite number coming to the rescue for the Railways. Gets a clearance just in the nick of time was Soibam Singh. Takes the possession back. Johnson, Joseph Matthews. Now gets in between the two railway shirts there and takes back. Rakesh. Is that under pressure? You see high intensity and high pressure from the railways. And trying to win the ball back in the final third. Sufyan there getting the cross in. And 22 minutes have been played out in the first half. 1-0 to the railways. And scored inside 3 minutes. Goal scored by Subrata Murmu. Joel with a long throw in. And sends it exactly in the direction where it came from. We'll have to redo that again. But can they try and hit them on the counter? Srikanth on the ball, one-on-one, waiting for the red shirts to arrive. Visal by himself. It wasn't the best of efforts in the end. Kept it on target, but the flag was up this time against Johnson Matthews. And didn't quite wrap his laces behind that one. And Rakesh. Visal. Almost got intercepted. Here's Abhinash. A false fortuitous red shirt. And that was the best possible moment for Odisha in this game. Arbin Lakra had to finish that, but did just enough there, Birkhang. Just enough to put him off. On the flip side, they are coming close now, especially in the last 5 minutes, the way they did. They've got a couple of crosses. They've tried to take shot on target. And they'll have to keep doing that. For the back three of Joel, Saurabh and Sukhandeep. Tries to dink in towards the running Sufyan there, towards the left. Srikanth Kadapa being the eventual target there. Gets dispossessed. Here's Sufyan. Goes out. And knocked out by the defense this time. And sees that ball going behind for another goal kick. They've got Bisal Tigga, Rakesh Aram, Arpan Lakra and Abhinash Murli. And through the centre are Rajesh Soren, Gaurav Negi, Arpan Lakra and Srikanth. On the flanks, Karthik Huntel in the centre and Horizon Tudu playing as the forward for this fixture. It's a 4-2-3-1 that they have slated. Ball finds Horizon Tudu. It's an early ball, but Siddhanta reads that one well. Will just run there and receives the ball. The goalkeeper making sure he gets that one right. He's managed to rob the ball. Here's Railways now and trying to bring it forward. He's played on. He's got numbers forward. Sufyan finds Saibam, who sets one up. It's going to be a corner. And then again, that sustained pressure, that high intensity pressing, and forcing Odisha to make those mistakes in the final third. Back with another corner for the Railways. Odisha on the other side have shown glimpses, but not quite. Here's Johnson, header. And still with the Railways. And Odisha get the clearance this time. In 28 minutes in the first half. 1-0 to the Railways. Currently on top, having played a game more than Kerala. Edwin goes all the way back to Birkhang. He stabs it forward towards Harbin. Here's Arpan. Horizon Tudu has dropped in deep. Rakesh goes behind for another throw-in. There 35 teams compete in the qualifiers, divided into 9 groups, with 9 winners and the other 3, the 2 runners-up as well as the host, getting a direct entry into the final round. And 12 teams divided into 2 groups of 6 each competing in the final round. The 79th edition, West Bengal being the winners on occasions. 33 times they've won the championship. It's Praveek. Swaibam floats one in. Lack pace behind that one, and Johnson couldn't quite keep the ball in. Saibam. Outnumbered there. Here's Arpan. Tries to lift one over and find Arpan Lakra. Back in the middle again. And so close to winning that ball was Johnson Matthews. Johnson Matthews has shifted the flank with Sufyan Sheikh. Started from the right, slotted into the left. Arpan again with some space in front of him. Shrikant forced to go behind. They've been held in their tracks, haven't allowed to get the ball freely towards the other side. Again, that sustained pressure to win the ball back from Railways. Hurrying them with those passes. Arpan. Concedes a foul there. Prabeet. Missile for Arpan. And got themselves into a high line there. Odisha. Lack that creativity to penetrate through that back line. Odisha so far. The shots have come, but we haven't seen those magical deliveries in the final third. Here's Arpan. To get the cross. It's a good attempt from Shrikant Gadaba. And the ball was out, I believe. And the whistle had gone straight away. And tries for a no there. And play out from the back of the Railways. And then again, lacking coordination in that press. Allows the centre backs circulate that ball from flank to flank.
First half.
He's been trying that on a few occasions with Sufyan Sheikh and now with Saibam Singh, the full-back. Try and drink it over towards those open spaces behind the back line on the left. It hasn't come out successfully as yet. Edwin tries to get Subrata Murmu into play, but didn't quite get that pass right. And again played out for a throw-in. So 10 minutes remaining in the first half in normal time. It's a slender lead, but lead nevertheless in favor of Railways. And Subrata takes it away. Still Johnson. It was 2v1 momentarily, and that has just allowed them to come out with the ball. Saibam. All the way back towards Sukhandeep. Tries to float the ball in. Finds Saibam as we remain onside. Space in front. Saibam sets up. It's a good move from the Railways. They've been trying for that ball over the back line. And gets one right eventually, and the cross was too close for Siddhanta to get that one. Here's Arpan. One-on-one with the full-back. Gets the cross. It's going to be a Railways ball. I'm trying to climb on to peak Tigga there. Clear height advantage. And carries the ball forward, trying to push the fullback further up the pitch. And trying to cut down those passing lanes, force them to go airborne. Long ball forward, brings it down well. Goes with the head. Here's Edwin. Joseph.
Railways blue.
Saibam. Under pressure. Found themselves under pressure momentarily with the Railways. It was a well-coordinated push from the front three for Odisha. But again, not paying dividends. Still got 8 minutes left in the normal time. Yet to see a repost from Odisha. Has that one out for a throw-in. They have evolved into the game, but not quite as yet. They've taken a couple of short goalwards, but nothing threatening from their perspective. Conceded early, conceded inside 3 minutes. And it took time, especially to come out of the blocks and make some moves in the final third. And back with the throw-in. Joseph Matthews with the ball. Lifted in, a header. Now, how close was that? I don't think he was marked there. Carbon goes towards Abhinash. Rakesh launches one forward. Here's Edwin. Johnson wasn't allowed to turn and had to force it wide. And good defending. Good goalkeeping as well. Berkang. Safe as houses. Hasn't been put to test as yet. Berkang. Does remain onside of the question. And I believe the flag had stayed down on that occasion. Here's Railways now, and they try and bring it forward. And Sufyan Sheikh is giving it a chase. Looks like that has been given as a goal kick. Here's that moment. Like I mentioned earlier, yet to score a goal in the final round are Odisha. They've conceded twice in 3 games, but haven't managed the back of the net as yet. Tigga. Trying for a simple pass down the line. Not quite getting there. Has got himself a free kick here. With 4 minutes to play in the regulation time. Here's Ash back with Bisal. Looking for options further forward on the pitch. And goes for a long ball out. Back with Odisha. Under pressure from Johnson. That was loose, definitely loose from Bisal Tigga. I should have flew short there. Otherwise, that would have created an opportunity for getting the ball in the final third. And the goal once again. Left channel has looked lively. Though the goal has come from the other side. Never Sufyan and Johnson have played wide on the left. They have been able to conjure those attacking moves and getting those crosses in. Here's Odisha this. They find Arbin. Goes behind for a corner. Had a late arrival of 3 red shirts inside the box, but they couldn't quite squeeze the cross in. But with the outswing. And sends it out again. Sufyan Sheikh there. You can hear from the touchline. There's a loud shout asking for Sufyan Sheikh to try and help out the defense. It's been a decent game. Chances have been far and few. They've been played with decent intensity. Odisha have got themselves involved in the contest as the time has progressed and started rather slowly. Couldn't quite create anything in the first 15-20 minutes. And still trailing by a goal. Ranjan Singh will be out momentarily. He seems to be moving quite well. Into the final minute of the first half. Have to wait and see how many minutes will be added on as the injury time. And Tigga gives the ball away to Arpan. Arpan and trying to squeeze one in through that back line. And leaving nothing to chance there. Hurried clearance. Still with Odisha. And Railways deservingly would want to go into the half-time break and take in the lead. Just trying to ensure the see-off there was remainder in the first half. Still got to be focused, still got to be concentrated as 3 minutes have been added on as the stoppages. Sarpan. Space in the center. Gives the way. Here's Prabeek. There's a run from the fullback, who sends the cross in. And goes over Sufyan this time. Karthik has dropped in deep. Gets himself free there. Fasin goes down the ground. Doesn't seem to be feeling quite well. Scored in the game against Kerala, Fasin. Started that fixture off the bench, and then in the 80th minute got themselves back in the contest. And since then on has started both the games. Long ball in. Amir Khan with the easiest of collections he's had this morning. He hasn't been put to scale as yet. Subrata giving it a chase. A press from Sufyan. Vishal. And there comes the whistle for the end of the first set of 45. Railways go into the half-time break, having taken a 1-0 lead. The goal coming inside the first 3 minutes, courtesy Subrata Murmu, who had the option to take the target from right channel, beating the goalkeeper Siddhanta Pradhan from the narrowest of angles. Sliced the inside of the post and went in. And that has been the differentiator in the first half. Railways 1, Odisha 0. We'll be back for the start of the second half after a bit of a breather. Right. And off we go for the start of the second 75. Odisha going from right to left. Saw the overlapping one. One going behind. Shifts the flank. And trying to link up. Goes through with a strike. And that's going to be a corner. First of the second half for Odisha. Ryzen Tudu.
For Team Odisha.
And chancing himself from a long range.
Just number 20, Chandra.
And Chandra coming on in place of Gaurav Negi.
And jersey number 18, Vishal, replaced by jersey number 12, Pintu.
And Pintu, someone is on as well. It's Matthews. Looking for that early ball. And that was a foul for sure. There's a couple of changes for Odisha. One in the back four and one in the middle. Gaurav Negi has been called off at the start of the second half. Involving three low-scoring fixtures before coming into this one. Odisha haven't sort of run away with the games against them, but it's just that they haven't found a way to score goals. And scored 8 times in the qualifiers, but nothing as yet. Ranjan. Space in front. It's a good ball. And that has stayed out somehow. Arvin had a glorious chance. And slides in front and makes sure he gets the interception right. It's a corner nevertheless, but and that would definitely be a very good work from that back line of Railways. Harpan. And headed behind. And it's going to be a corner on the other side. And keeps it. Trying to work out on the angle. And it's going to be another corner. The throw-in for Odisha. Some sustained pressure from the boys in red. And sent in again and sent out straight away by the Railways. And can they try and get that cushion goal at the earliest? I wasn't happy with that decision. We went for the ball. And the challenge coming from behind. Chandra Mohan Murmu has come off with the start of the second half. In the midfield, replacing Gaurav. Right, Chandra. Long ball in. No, leaving nothing to chance there. A clearance. And still with Odisha. Keeps it in that corner, brings it forward. Here's Arpan finding Ryzen Tudu. And Chandra Mohan. Arbin, still Arbin. Doesn't have a route through. Falls to Chandra Muhu. Beg your pardon. And deflected behind another corner. There have been quite a few corners with the start of the second half going Odisha's way. It's a good positive start to the second half for Odisha. All the action in the first 5 minutes have come on the left side of your screens. And 3 corners with a couple of shots taken towards the target. And no response from the rail yet. Odisha on the ascendancy once again. Takes a shot and goes wide of the target this time. Will be a goal kick. They've come into the game from the way they've started. They've evolved with every passing minute and every phase of stuff, as well as with the start of the second. Was slow to start off with and then has turned up the knob a bit. Ranjan for Arban. Heavy touch rather. Still alive, but Railways. It's going to be a goal kick. Joel Beckham Simon seeing that one through. In terms of their attacking threat, what have they got on the bench? There's Jeetu Maduli, Suresh Khadia and Somesh Mohanty still sitting up, as well as Ganesh Shetty and Mahesh Hansda, who will be involved in the later part of the second half. Will be an interesting question. And still chasing that first goal. He takes the deflection. It's going to be a corner. And space opened up. It wasn't challenged. And before anyone else arrived, Harpan Laka and trying his luck from long range. Harpan keeping it short. They had the numerical advantage, try and play that triangle inside the box. They waited by a blue shirt. And this is good pressure from Odisha. It's been 9 minutes already in the second half and we haven't seen anything coming in from the Railways as yet. Back post. Eludes everyone. And knocking on the doors now are Odisha. They've remained goalless. They've played in the final round. Somdeep Chakrabarti is out for the assistants. And always good to see some fans and turning out to support the beautiful game here in the beautiful state of Assam. It's a 9 a.m. kickoff on a bright Thursday morning. Right, goal kick for the Railways. Obviating the monotony there, going for a long ball this time was Birkhang. And a bulk of it are Odisha in the second half. Makes a decent run towards the far right, but couldn't quite control that one. The option was right. So 3 changes in one go for the Railway side. Shoaib is going to come off. And so is Prabik. And Subrata, the goal scorer, is coming off as well.
For Team Railways, jersey number 77, Prabik, replaced by jersey number 5, Urjoy. Jersey number 27, Subrata. Jersey number 27, Subrata, replaced by jersey number 25, Sujit, and jersey number 23, Soibam, replaced by jersey number 12, Emerson Mayte.
There are the 3 changes. Emerson Mayte did start at the last fixture and scored that first goal at the 80th minute against Punjab. He joins in. Here's Johnson, who finds a man and couldn't quite get the shot away. First lively moment of the second half for the Railways. And they keep leading the charge. Urjoy, Emerson and Sujit. The 3 changes they've made a short while back. Soibam, Subrata and Prabik Singh going out. Emerson with his involvement. Fresh legs. Robs the ball away. Here's Johnson. Railways on the ascendancy. Can they try and put the shot towards the target? They came close for sure. Sufyan Sheikh was centrally positioned. It looks like he did take a knock with that attempt. You'll see more and more of those runs come from both the flanks with Emerson added towards the left. Sufyan was doing absolutely fine, manages to nick the ball away. Railways finds themselves in front here. Sneaks one through. His good work and back. Marvelous move there, but couldn't find the back of the net. Odisha will have to try and hold on to this. They've had a very good start to the second set of 45. You can't throw this away. And can they try and get that repost goal back? Chandra Mohan towards Abhinash, back with Chandra Mohan, who lost one in. Fasin. There's Odisha. Changes the feed. Gentle pass towards the centre. Under pressure. Managed to hit the ball. Here's Johnson now. Has he made outside the question? Goes right. Changes the feed. With the left. Takes a strike at the target. And forces a save. And getting the long ball out was Siddhanta Pradhan. And collision coming together of Srikanth and Saurabh. And that's the kind of quality Railways has. One good, they'll find themselves in. Here's Saurabh now. He goes airborne and ends up giving the ball away. Odisha. Rakesh. Arben. Sneaks one through. Here's Arpan. Couple of touches. And goes wayward in the end. So 62 minutes have been played out. So this was the attempt that was kept on target by Sufyan. No toe pokes it again. Straight towards Siddhanta. Trying to get the ball out of that clutter. And they do now, Odisha. Oh, not quite. Gives the ball. Railways now, can they try and get it forward? And try to find the option towards the left. Ends up conceding the possession. Here's Harbin now. And trying to force the issue. A couple of sloppy passes from both the sides. Here's Emerson. Joy went behind and that was sent out straight away. And still got time left for that to make a comeback into the contest. Railways, from their standpoint, would want to make sure they get that cushion goal and take this game away from Odisha's reach. It's a must-win situation for the boys in red. And hasn't got a victory as yet in the final round. And driving forward is Srikanth. Couple of steps. Here's right into Tudu. Knocks it back. Takes a touch as he steps up. Rakesh. Ranjan for Arben. You can see that to score that goal and get this game to terms, playing a high line or Odisha. And thus far, have enjoyed most of the ball. This is good stuff, but ends up was making that inward run was Arben, but had a little more weight behind that one. 25 minutes to go in the game. Railways with a slender lead. And that has kept them in front so far. Started with a 4-2-3-1, did Odisha. Ranjan. Circulates to the other side. Abhinash finding an option in the center. Ranjan on the ball. Inward run from number 10 and they've won! Erpan Lakra has got this game back to level terms. Their first goal in the final round. It has taken them quite a while, 246 minutes to be precise, but nevertheless had found themselves back in the contest. Have Odisha.
Goal scored for Team Odisha by jersey number 6, Arpan.
That was coming, wasn't it? You enjoyed the second half thoroughly, have the boys in red. Launches one into as Sufyan Sheikh, but it's well defended. A change for the Railways.
Substitution for Team Railways. Jersey number 10, Sufyan, replaced by jersey number 9, Abdul Rahim.
Abdul Rahim did score in the last fixture against Punjab. Scoring in the fourth game of the final round have Odisha. Let's take it. Less one towards Birkhang. Managed to hold on to it. Giving it away, here's Ryzen Tudu. And finding Karthik Huntel once again. And he's had a couple of decent chances in the second of Karthik. This
Substitution for Team Odisha, jersey number 24, Ryzen, replaced by jersey number 11, Mahesh.
where Mahesh Hansda comes on in place of Ryzen Tudu, like for like placement. And correction, they have taken 3:36 minutes to score their first goal. And here's Odisha now. You can definitely sense a bit of in the strides of these boys in red after they have scored. They'll surely play with a lot more confidence now, having that opening goal of the final round from their standpoint. And can they try and take that lead? Desperate for a win to stay in the hunt for a knockout berth. Back with Ranjan. Chandra Mohan lifts one here towards the far side. Can away and swiftly bring it out on a counter. So Sufyan is out, Soibam, Subrata and Prabeek. Will want Rahim on the ball. He gets a hand to it after he played that one. Abdul Rahim, a touch. He strikes his hand. Unintentional, but space opens up for Odisha once again, but Birkang sees that one early and latches onto it in a flash. Long ball out once again. And one thing's for sure, they've got pace going forward, have the Railways. There's Johnson on one side, there's Abdul Rahim on the other. Almost nicks it through.
Substitution.
Go to the touchline once again.
Jersey number 14 replaced by jersey number 14, Naresh.
Clear intent to score the next one from Paritosh Kumar Sharma. And taking up a defender and putting in a tracking-minded player, Naresh B, who started the last few fixtures and sat out on the bench for this one. He has been involved for the last 18 minutes. And can he be that telling difference between these two sides? And both have drawn 2 games apiece in the final round. And surely they don't want to share the spoils in their 4th fixture. A long ball in. Abdul Rahim couldn't quite keep that one from going out. It's a good ball. It's a brilliant save. Wow. And that was marvelous from Siddhartha Pradhan. Goes with strong right hand to deny Emerson Methi. And that was going in for all money. He controls it beautifully. We've got 2 options inside. You see a clear change in the tactics from the Railways. Going pretty strong in front. We'll get a corner. With the introduction of Abdul Rahim and Naresh, Johnson Joseph Matthews has slotted behind. And started out from the right and then swapped out positions with Sufyan Sheikh. He's dropped in deep with Naresh, Abdul Rahim and Emerson Methi in front. He sends and sent out by a red shirt. He controls it beautifully. He has got options arriving in front. And knocks behind by blue shirt while tracking back. That could just be anybody's game the way this is panning out. Still got the last quarter to go. Here's Emerson. One-on-one. Finds way through. Here's Edwin Turkey. And second ball is a shout. Siddhanta Pradhan for a long ball forward. Shrikant was the target. Here's Arpan. Trying to find that line-breaking pass to find Karthik Huntal. A desperate try to bring it forward was held in their strides. And it's going to be Odisha ball.
Substitution for
Another change for Odisha.
jersey number 9, Shrikant, replaced by jersey number 17, Suresh.
Like for like replacement. A forward taken out, a forward thrown in for the last 12 minutes and a thick bit left in the normal time. It does well to keep the possession, but it takes a knockout. So 4 subs already for Odisha. Railways have used their 5. And trying to activate those open spaces far on the left. Here's Suresh Kadia with his first involvement set up. Was that the moment? A brilliant run down the left channel. That was the perfect setup for Harbin Lakra to find the net. He was unmarked, unchallenged. And he spills it over. Khan taking a long route once again. Here's Odisha. Another ball floated in. And backtracking are the railway defense. And the cross goes behind. Has that taken something on its way through? And that's what Odisha are claiming. And they will get a corner. Albert. Taking a blue shirt. Here's Odisha once again. Mahesh Hansda. He wasn't quite happy clearly there with something. I thought momentarily that it was a throw-in to Odisha. It was sent the other way. Railways. Dr. Mohan. And did well to keep the ball in, but close enough for a blue shirt. Railways get the possession back. And can they try and get Emerson and Abdul Rahim on the ball? Ranjan Soren lifts one in the air. Johnson Joseph heads it out. Here's Emerson again. They don't want to be losing out, or rather leaving out spaces behind. Odisha have got to be mindful of what Railways brings to the table. They've got absolute pace going forward. It's Naresh, right. Naresh in the center, rather. Emerson to the right. Rahim towards the left. Need one quality ball. The way it has panned out for Harpan. Second half. Sukandeep Singh. The exchange of words with the ref, Bashir Purail. Johnson. That's one through for Emerson. They still have the ball. Emerson Maiti. There's going to be a long throw inside, targeting that 6-yard area by Johnson. And there was everybody inside. Now trying to work out on the angle. Here's Johnson. Goes behind inside, nets it. Not quite sure if mistaken punishment through Scotland, whether it's for the Railways in the last 7 minutes. Now he's going to be sending this one in order to keep it short. Emerson Maiti in the ball. Falls for Johnson. Can they try and bring out on the counter? Here's Arpin Lakra. The ground and decides to go with the ball towards the center and find Sukesh Khadia. The Railways now going in between the two there and gets the clearance, still with the Railways. Been patient enough after they have scored the first one. Arbin. And trying to get himself into a decent position there. Mahesh Hansda. Here's Arpan Lakra finding an option on the right. Was sent in. A routine collection in the end. They've taken time to get themselves settled in the contest. They are playing a bit freely now. Here's Naresh with Emerson in the center. And straight towards Siddhanta. Pass pretty quickly. And 5 minutes to go. Here's Arpin Lakra on ball with space in front. And tinks one forward, but concedes the possession. Sujit drops in deep to try and help the build up. And again, a wasted opportunity with Johnson with that shot. Might have just scruffed off the ground. Didn't quite get the connection right. And knocks it out for a throw-in. Viewers were tuning in. This is match number 22 coming to you live from the Silapata Football Stadium here in Assam, in the northeastern part of the country. Odisha up against Railways. Railways striking in the very first quarter, inside 3 minutes to go a goal up, and that was cancelled out by Arpal in the 66th minute mark. Naresh tries to sneak one through. Odisha have the ball now. Still Odisha. 4, 5, 6, 7 behind. With 5 inside the box. It's 6 now. But the flag was up. Arpin. Back with Arpin. Had the advantage, the lead. And is down from a very decent position. It would help that doesn't come back to haunt him. Still trying to control the game. Can they try and bring it forward in minutes? It could be anybody's game. Rahim picks it up in the center. A touch, a late one. Emerson decides to go with an early ball, but the possession away. Here's Arpan. And the intent was surely to play it out on the right and find Suresh Khadi. Ends up going straight down the throat of goalkeeper. Rahim scored the cross in, but an easy collection in the end for Siddhanta. Into last 1 minute and a few seconds of the normal. Here's Mahesh Hansda. Lost one in the air, but again too close to the goalkeeper, Birkang. From one side of the pitch to the other. Both teams definitely sensing an opportunity to take that lead and grab all the 3 points available this morning. We'll have to wait and see how many minutes go up. Almost coming to the end of the regulation time. And 5 minutes have been given. Birkang. Odisha. And a bit of interference and drawing the foul and a free kick in favor of the Railways. Albin catching the man, not the ball. Joel Beckham Simon going down. His Railways. Emerson. From the distance. And Johnson controls it beautifully, brings it down. Deflection, its way through. Ranjan, Arpat. Back towards Rakesh. Now 1-1 might just be a fair result in the end. It's been really a game of two halves, the way it has panned out. We started off on a lightning note for the Railways. We're still being patient. Changes the line of attack is Ranjan. Back with Ranjan again. Under pressure, 2v1, still has the ball, goes behind for Rakesh. Rakesh revives the pressure a bit, but gets the clearance. Back with Ranjan once again. Appeal for a handball, waved off by the ref. Railway still in possession, this time floated towards the far left. Rahim has to remain onside. He has. There's Naresh in the box, Emerson joins in. And so has Urjoy. Edwin Turkey, beg your pardon. Into the final minute of the stoppages. Odisha. Can they try and bring it out for one final time as we go into the last 30 seconds? Johnson. Gives the ball away. Here's Ranjan holding on to it. Karthik. Edwin carrying forward, has an option to the left. A couple of shorts join in, and that's going to be a corner. And sent in across towards Naresh, was deflected behind. By Abhinash. Of the morning. Sends one in, no opportunity, and goes just over the bar. And the ref says that's the end of the business for this morning. It's been a game of house for both these. Railways came out all guns blazing as they scored inside 3 minutes to go. A goal up in the first half. Odisha evolved into the contest. They had a very strong finish in the last quarter of the first set of 45. In the second, started very strongly, ended up bringing the game back to terms at the 66th minute mark. They had a brilliant moment with Arpan Lakra. Here's how the goals went in. From the right channel, Subrata Murmu opening. Kali Khantal finding Arpan Lakra, right place at the right time. Leaves the markers away and slots it home beautifully. And that was the first goal